600, remember you had little Boo. So, Boo, that just goes into the Holy Ghost. The fear of God is the beginning of all wisdom, the Boo. Nothing but throwing up but Freemason hand gestures. Same with FBG Duck. FBG Duck, his name was the Carlton. And when you understand that Carlton, that car, that goes right into the Kara. When you understand the word car, Christ derives out of the word Karas, which means nothing but the anointed Messiah. So Karas was the original way of saying the Christ, the Christos, the Christ, the anointed one. So Ka means soul, Ra means light. So that goes into the Kara. Israel. So that goes into the Kara, the Karas. So that's why they had to have the Carlton. Like I explained before, it's very important to understand when you're dealing with that 63rd versus 64th, that goes into the power of the sixes. So that 666 versus that 66666. So that all goes into that whole theme of the battle. It goes into the war, between the good and evil, the battle between, heaven and hell. And when you understand that 666, that power of the six, because as it's written in 1 John chapter 4, those who don't declare that the Messiah come in flesh are the spirit of Antichrist. So the number 6 deals with the flesh. So, that's why they had to have that 63rd with that 64th, because when you understand that whole thing, it just goes to that whole element, of the conflict, the first coming, the second coming, and then the final coming, when Satan is sent to the hell pit forever and ever. So they already know how that all works. That's why you see, too, when you understand that the 64th, they got to have that, they got the Dr. King, the Martin Luther King Boulevard, because that all goes into the whole theme of that whole aspect when they use that Dr. King, because that all goes to how they want to keep everyone in that Babylonian dream. Keep everybody, fooled with that Babylonian dream. I have a dream, keep people docile. And you remember they got the AutoZone right there too, right on 64th. That goes right dealing with the Kara. So when you understand too the matters of the name, in Exodus 3:14, remember God said unto Moses, I am that I am. So when you understand the I am that I am, so hence the William, the will of I am, the will of God, the William. So that's why you see, FBG Butter, his name is Wilton. Little JoJo, you see his mother name is the Wilson. That's just the son of the William. 051 Melly, see he's the Williams, and his name is Vaughn too. His middle name has Vaughn in it. Then you had King Vaughn. Little Dirk name is Devontae, his middle name, and then THF Zoo. His name is Devon. So that Vaughn, it goes into that whole theme of being decreased because as it's written, we must uplift the Messiah. We decrease and he raised us up. We raise up Christ. Humbling ourselves. So it's all just blasphemy. That's why Lil Durk go by the voice, because it's written, my sheep know of my voice. You know what I'm saying? My sheep know of my voice. So he's dealing with all those vines and all of that, because it all just deals with the whole theme of, those who decrease and let the voice of God, speak through them, and then they'll be risen up and get their treasures in heaven. So that's what all that stuff goes into,